Hi, Nadeem here for Smart Riding. Today I'm doing this video to discuss the various BMW bracket mount smart displays that are available in the market. So for the units that I have discount codes for, they are in the description. So the prices I'm quoting, like for CARPURIDE, etc., they are with the discount taken off. Now, I've got about 6 or 7 with me here today just now. These units, I've tested all of them. There's some other brands as well that I haven't tested, but mainly because they're identical units. So we'll talk about that as well. So within the BMW mount displays, there are two options. You have the option that will control the wonderwheel, and you have the option that won't. Now, CARPURIDE and a couple others, they make options with both, so you have a choice. So it may be that you just don't want the wonderwheel control, even if you have one, or maybe you've got an older Beamer and you don't want that. So you've got a choice there. Now, there's one other option I should mention. CARPURIDE do a W702S Pro that you can buy with a BMW bracket from them. Obviously, it's not the OEM bracket from BMW, but it's an aftermarket one. But it comes with the wiring for you to wire it all in, which then means that you can take the smart display on and off the bike much easier than you would with, some of the other units. I mean, most of the units in the market are hardwired in and you can't remove them, which I still find amazing that these manufacturers can't give us another option so far. But that's available. So if you have an older BMW and you don't have the correct mount, or you've got a non-BMW bike, or maybe you've got a second bike, you may have a second bike that's non-BMW, that's a good option as well. So that is the W702S Pro, and it's $238 with the BMW bracket with our discount code, which is Smart Riding. So if you enter that in, it will come up at $238. Okay, so this is the W702 mount units. So this is actually the 702BS, which is the one that works with the wonderwheel, but the non-wonderwheel version looks the exact same. Everything is the same. There is no difference. So I'll just put in the bracket so that you can see it. Now, I've done extensive reviews with this unit. It works very well. The wonderwheel works. Everything works. I've been using this unit specifically for about 6 months, and it's had quite a lot of use, and it just works perfectly. Now, the W702BS comes in at $293 with the Smart Riding discount. So with 30% off, that's what it's going to cost you. This is the W502BS. Now, if you've got something like an S1000XR or just a normal GS, not the GS Adventure, and you don't want a big display, then this is an option as well. It's got the exact same functionality as the bigger unit. It's not any different, it's just the exact same, apart from it's a 5-inch display. Now, the 502BS comes in at $280 with the Smart Riding discount. This is the RICOEL C7 for BMW mount. So this is the BMW mount. Now, this unit is $238 from RICOEL, and it's a 7-inch display. I've had this for, I think, about 14, 15 months. Now, this just works the exact same way again. I've done extensive reviews on the channel. If you want to have a look, there's a RICOEL playlist. There's playlists for all the different manufacturers, so you can find all the reviews. It's a decent enough unit. Some people have reported problems that when it jolts a little bit, it can lose connection. It's not really happened to me. The longest rides I've been on this is about 3 hours at a time, and sometimes about a couple hours in, it does just lose the CarPlay connection, and then takes a minute to come back on. But you find that with quite a lot of the units, they seem to do this sometimes. I don't know if it is just losing connection with the BMW mount. I'm not sure, but they do it. But again, I've had this with all the units, more or less. So now that's the RICOEL C7. So this is the base unit that's just the display. They do have other options. They call them like C7 Super, etc., etc. And there's versions with the camera. Now, there's also a C5. The C5, as it sounds, is a 5-inch unit. And the base model of that's $158. So that fits into the BMW bracket as well from here. Now, this one I've got is the C5 Super, which also has 2 cameras and tire pressure monitors. So the prices are all on RICOEL's website. But the way this one works is similar. I mean, it will still go into the BMW mount, but it does require extra power because it can't power the BMW bracket won't power the cameras as well. So there is a USB kind of port as well in here that you can plug in, so to give it enough power. So it's still removable. You need to disconnect the cameras as well. It's a bit more of a faff because of the cameras, but I mean, you're looking at about 2 minutes to take them off. So if you do want something goes into bracket and will still be powered without powering into the bike and still be removable, then the C5 does it. There's a same option. There's an option for that with the C7 as well. So they're both decent enough, units. They're both on the budget side of things. So if you're not looking to spend a lot of money, then you could do a lot worse than the RICOEL units. So next I'm going to cover the Moto Tablet 6-inch display. Now, I got this recently and the review of that wasn't great, mainly because there's a lot of user interface kind of problems with this unit. They are in the middle of fixing all that. I've been going to and fro with them, and they are fixing everything that I highlighted in my review, which is on the channel. So I fully expect in a couple of months that they will have sorted all this. I mean, the unit itself is well made. It's a decent enough unit. The display is good. It's just the UI problems that I'm not happy with. If you look at my review, you'll be able to see that. So this is it in the display. This is what it looks like. It's 6-inch and it fits quite nicely, and it's a good size for the BMW bikes, I think, or any bike really. I should also add that there is a CARPURIDE unit, which is a DB601. It's the identical model to this. It's the exact same unit. So that's why there's no point in me covering all of these different brands and trying to get them in when they're the same. So if you're interested in the DB601, this is the exact same unit from Moto Tablet. Okay, so next I've got the CHIGEE AI05 for BMW. Now this is a very good unit. The user interface is great. Everything works really well. Now, I'm not a fan of the size of this unit. The 5-inch is a bit too small, I think, especially the layout of this one. Because if I hold it up to the 6-inch, this is what it looks like. So it's a bit small compared to the 6. I mean, if you put it against the likes of the CARPURIDE 7-inch, it dwarfs it. So the problem I've got is maybe the size is a little bit small. That's the problem that CHIGEE, the feedback they got on this unit, I think from everything I keep seeing, is that the AI05 is too small. So they now have the AI06 out. So the AI05 is $499. Now the AI06 is going to be the same size as the Moto Tablet one. So that's what the AI06 is going to be. It's got more or less the same user interface and everything as the 5. They're claiming a 2000 nits on the brightness of the display on the AI06. Personally, from what I've seen, I don't think it is 2000 at the unit. I don't think it's anywhere near that, but I can't say for sure. The AI06 is the same size as the Moto Tablet 6-inch display. So that's probably a better one to buy if you're set on getting a CHIGEE unit. Now the CHIGEE unit, as of today in July, it's $565 with a 6% discount at the moment for pre-ordering. So basically the AI06 is still on pre-order, so they're still trying to fulfill orders on them. So there is quite a big difference in pricing between all these units. And I've said previously, one of the issues that I have with CHIGEE is the high pricing. I think the units are good, but I don't think they're double the price good, if that makes sense. Now, I mean, basically what we're saying is that like the 6-inch CHIGEE unit, which is the exact same size as this, is roughly $600. And this, the CARPURIDE 7-inch with full functionality with wonderwheel and everything else, is less than half that price. It's $293 with the smart riding discount. So I just don't see I want to pay twice the price for a CHIGEE unit. I just don't, if it was maybe 10%, 20% even more, then yeah, maybe. I mean, I think the issue here is that CHIGEE was the first to market with wonderwheel integration, so they charged a premium for that. But that's no longer the case. They're not the only ones doing it. In fact, from what I can see, there are other manufacturers that are looking to develop the same technology. RICOEL is one of the ones that have been talking to me, and they said that they are looking to do that. Innov is developing something with the bracket, and I don't know if it's going to have wonderwheel integration, but there will be something that will go into the BMW brackets. So they're not the only ones. And again, I keep stressing this, I'm not prepared to pay double the price for a CHIGEE unit. I think they're good units, I think that they work, but I also think that the CARPURIDE are good units and they also work well. So, you know, it's up to you to choose. I mean, if you feel you want to pay double the price, then that's up to you. You can do. I mean, it's a free country. If that's what you want, then go for it. But the CARPURIDE seems to make more sense in my mind. I've tried all these different units out, and I find the functionality of the CARPURIDE to be good, and I prefer the 7-inch screen. It's bigger, it's more easy to see on the move, and now with the new iOS 26 CarPlay, it's even better. In fact, all of them are better because you can see everything a lot more clearer. You can set up the iOS 26 CarPlay to suit yourself. I've done a tutorial on that, that's in the channel as well, just showing you how to optimize CarPlay. So these units, they all do the job, they all work pretty well. You just need to choose which option is best for you.